What's up, y'all? This is future informal Justin with the bad lighting and the weird setup. Just coming at you with a little disclaimer. I know there's gonna be people saying in the comments,
bro, why don't you have any like Middle Eastern brands that are actually known for their oud fragrances?
I don't have an answer for that. I simply don't have them. I have an interest to get them. That's kind of my next foray. I'm gonna be looking into those brands, but for now, they're not on this list in this video. So forgive me, but nonetheless, enjoy. What's up, freaking world? Welcome back to another Stay Fresh production. My name is Justin Copeland and I'm joined by...
I'm Grace.
I'm joined by Grace once again, and we're doing more sniffing because we like sniffing, and I think that's why you're here, because you like sniffing too. What we're looking for is to sniff things that we like. So hopefully we find a little bit of that today. And today we're focusing on a very particular topic. We're talking about oud. Now, oud can be kind of a mysterious ingredient with fragrances. It can be, unfortunately, a turnoff for a lot of people who don't have an acquired taste for it yet, or who are just afraid of what it sounds like smelling. When you hear the words animalic or funky or fecal or barnyard, people run, especially those of us in the West here. But oud has been used by Eastern civilizations for centuries. And what it is, technically, you have a tree called the agar tree, which I believe is known to originate in India. And there's a certain type of fungus that attacks the wood of this tree, and the tree reacts to it to protect itself by secreting this resin. And essentially, this is all happening on the inside of the tree. So after that happens, if you cut into this tree, you pull out the heartwood. That is oud. And traditionally it's been used, if you burn it, they'll just use it as kind of a house or home incense, and it really just helps to, you know, add scent to the air, or I think maybe there's a spiritual aspect to it, I'm not quite sure. But it has been used in perfumery for a very long time. It's still relatively new to the West, but we're coming around to it little by little. All that to say, we're smelling oud fragrances today. All of these fragrances are going to have a different personality, but oud is going to be somewhere near the center. You ready? She'll be rating them 0 to 10. Let's dive right in.
Yes, that rhymes.
Here's your first choice.
Yeah, there is kind of a sharp bitterness.
Okay.
Also, yeah, woodsy, and I like it.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's give it a 6.5.
Okay. This is one I know for certain that you've ranked higher on skin, but 6.5, more than fair.
For certain.
This is Royal Oud from Creed.
I love this one on skin.
Yes, on skin, this one, I don't think you could get enough of it.
I couldn't. It's like, it totally was flat on paper. On skin, it's super spicy and...
Yes. Warm and dry.
Sweet.
Yeah, a little bit sweet. And just to give you a little bit more about oud, oud can have different facets to it, as we kind of alluded to. It can be obviously woody. It can be leathery. Some people say animalic, you know, fecal. It can even have a natural, spicy, warm sweetness to it. I have an oud oil that almost smells like cinnamon.
Yeah, you've had me smell it.
Oh, I did. Maybe in one of our first videos.
It's
That's
super
right.
good. You
That's
brought it
right.
to my house.
That's right. Royal Oud has very little oud in it. People often wonder, why does it have this name? It has mainly a lot of cedar wood. Cedar wood is the primary woody component. Very dry, peppery, but there's a cleanliness to the scent. It's not like dirty smelling. There is this kind of green dustiness from, I think, some galbanum or some angelica, which is an herbaceous note. Primarily just dry wood, some spices, touch of sweetness. Very classy stuff.
It's amazing. I love it. It's not even fair I rated it so low on paper, because on skin I've definitely rated it like a 9, but it's fine.
Yeah, but it's good
I'll
stuff.
take it on paper.
All right, next one.
This Tom Ford.
Yes. It is Tom Ford.
I like this one. I have grown, I think, to like this one more. I'm gonna give it an 8.
You have really grown to like this more. I think when you first smelled it, it barely cracked 6, maybe 5, and this was on paper.
Well, partially because I know what it is and I really like it on you.
I have several from Tom Ford that feature oud. I decided to only choose one of them because I only wanted to get one from each house. And I went with Oud Wood. This is the most well-known oud-based fragrance from the brand. It's the first one they put out. And this is more of a clean medicinal oud with some vanilla sweetness, some spices in there. It's definitely woody, it's dry, but it is more sweet than royal oud, for instance. Again, there is actually vanilla in there. Again, before you didn't really care for it, but it's doing okay now, it seems.
It's growing on me.
Oud Wood, it's a classic. It's a bestseller. I dig it. You dig it. You probably dig it.
Penny loves it.
I can guarantee you Penny hates all of these fragrances. Anyway, 8 out of 10. Oud Wood. Next one. This one is not quite as vibrant on paper, but still good.
This one's really nice. I'm not getting any oud, like
Okay.
any kind of like of the darkness on paper. Warm, sweet,
Yes.
happy scent.
Yes. Okay. How would you rate it?
6.5.
6.5. That feels good. Yeah, that sounds about right. This is kind of middle of the road. I wouldn't call it spectacular or a standout, but it's very pleasant. It smells kind of luxurious in a way, but it's not gonna really get people's attention, I think. This is from Amarood, and it's called Oud du Jour, which translates to oud of the day. Plum. There's a primary fruity component in here. It is quite sweet and fruity, but on the darker side of things. Definitely oudy, but not overly so, and especially not on paper. Oudy, that's a word we use here. Oudy, adjective. Smelling of oud. That was a 6.5. Not bad. All right, this one.
More on kind of like the animalic
A little bit more so, yes.
side.
We're leaning in that direction.
I actually really like this one.
Me too.
It's not too aggressive. It's very soft and appealing in like an edgy way.
Great way to put it.
Spicy and sweet too. It balances it
There's
out.
the sweetness in there.
I'm gonna rate it like 8.5.
Solid.
I like it.
Good stuff. So this is coming from Amouage. From Oman. And this is called Jubilation 25. Man. This is the reformulated version. It actually used to be a lot more pungent than this. I like this one more. The first time I smelled it years ago, didn't like it. It was too strong. It's just right now. Definitely oud. Oud is not the centerpiece here, but it's detectable. You do get lots of resins like myrrh, which is bringing that sweetness. Honey also
So good.
bringing that. And there's blackberry, and it's just a very complex fragrance. People say it smells like a king. It's very regal. I totally agree. Super elegant stuff. You wear this on a night out, dressed up, they better look out because royalty is coming in. Solid rating.
Makes
Good
sense
stuff.
that you have it, babe.
Here's the next one. Curious about this one. Be honest.
I'm coming around to this profile.
Okay.
It's not my favorite. It's like powdery, sweet.
It is quite powdery. Yes, it sure is. And sweet, yes.
The oud isn't really coming through in like any kind of a woody or like spicy or animalic.
There is a bit of a darkness, but not necessarily dry woody.
I'm gonna say like a straight 6.
That's a little better than I expected.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It smells complex and interesting and
Yes.
like it has a lot going on, but it's just not my taste.
I agree. I think it smells of high quality.
Yeah.
Like the ingredients, the blend. But the profile is particular. This is coming from Zergjoff. This is called Alexandria II. This is a beloved fragrance from the house. You didn't do it injustice. You're fine. Very powdery. Some people say it smells like baby wipes. I kind of get that vibe. What this smells like to me, this is kind of a crude description, but there's a fragrance called Armani Code, which is a classic. It smells like Armani Code, but with a little bit more complexity and maybe a touch of oud on the skin. Otherwise, it's like sweet, aromatic, kind of creamy, fresh, powdery with a little splash of oud in there. Like almost leaning mass appealing on the skin. It doesn't smell overly oudy as we were talking about earlier. The oud is tucked away for sure. It smells good, especially on skin, but you gotta like a more powdery profile to really kind of dig into it. But
Yeah.
it does smell of high quality. I'm still getting to know this myself, so more to come on Alexandria II. What did you rate it? 6?
6.
All right, this might be familiar.
Yeah, this is interesting. I happen to know which one this is because we just smelled it when we filmed another video right before this. I also happen to know because of the subject of that video that you can get it for under $50.
Well under $50, yes.
But it doesn't smell like that. It smells a lot higher quality and a lot more expensive.
Agreed.
And very smoky and very like animalic in a way and pungent.
Yes. Not for the faint of heart, but if you're looking for something different.
But I like it. And I can't remember what I rated it before, but
I think it was a high 8 you gave it.
we're gonna get like a 7.5.
Okay.
In the context of these.
Got it. That's cool. I like that. I like the difference. This is called Oud Touch from Franck Olivier. Again, you can get this thing $30 or less. If you're looking for an entrance into oud, like real smelling oud. I'm not saying they used real oud in this, but it's something that smells more challenging, more like an oud-centric profile. This is my first recommendation. Easy. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Moving on.
4 to go.
Yes.
This is so interesting. I have never smelled anything like this.
Wow. Okay.
It almost kind of smells like latex to me.
Wow. Is that pleasant?
No, on paper it does not smell good. It smells like something I've smelled before, but not in a fragrance, and like rubber or something like that. Do you love it?
I'm indifferent with it.
Okay. I do not like this on paper.
Okay.
Like there's nothing about this that's drawing me in. 4.
That's more generous than I was expecting. So, this is from Dunhill. This is called
I do.
Agarwood.
This poor house gets all
You've
my
been just smacking
hatred.
it left to right, left to right. Yeah, so this is oud. This is dusty oud and suede and tobacco with a splash of maybe some spices.
And just one ground up rubber vinyl glove.
It's dry. I can see what you mean about the rubbery aspect. I like it. I don't love it. I like it. I think you have smelled this on my skin and you said you were not crazy about it. So consistency is the key to life. Moving on.
This is so good. This is like sweet and spicy and interesting, but it has like this darkness.
Yes.
Kind of
The
smoky
oud in
quality.
here is a little bit more on the medicinal side of things. Not super dry.
This might be my favorite thing I've smelled tonight.
I am not surprised to hear that. How do you rate it?
9.
I think that's pretty consistent with the past, if I'm not mistaken. If not, maybe it broke 10 sometime. I don't know. I've been singing the praises of this for a while. Oud Galore
I love this
from
stuff.
Chris Collins. This, I'm telling you guys, yeah, it's a little pricey. Get you a sample of this.
Don't
You will
delay.
not regret
It
it.
is so
This
good.
is such, it's the perfect blend of oud and rose with a buttery kind of creamy quality from orris. A little bit of cinnamon thrown in there for that spice. It is a little sweet, but not too sweet. Definitely oudy, but not animalic in any way. It's smooth and it's strong. Not in a like grab you, but in terms of leaving that trail for like 12 hours. Elegant stuff.
It's so amazing.
It's fantastic.
It might be one of my favorite
Yeah.
fragrances from 2021 that you got.
Wow. This is one of my top 10 in my collection by far. I've been singing it. I will keep singing it.
I'll be singing it.
Super high quality. Sing with me. Yes.
Duet.
Alrighty. Next fragrance.
Ooh. This is strong.
So this is probably going to smell maybe similar to Oud Touch. It's in that realm of oud, almost leaning animalic.
Like it's on the edge. It's like pushing at you. Like
Yes.
the interesting thing about these is like the more you smell them, almost the more you want to smell them. There is a
Yes.
sort of very appealing nature. I feel like this is like a more well-rounded profile than Oud Touch
Okay. I agree.
as far as like the sweetness and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say 8.
I like that. I like this fragrance. I've been curious about wearing it around you. I'm going to give it a shot now. From Tail Cabinet. This is called Kassar. When they first sent this to me, I was afraid of this. They sent it to me, hey, try Kassar. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, where do I wear this? I wasn't really used to oud yet. I love this stuff now. It's leather and oud together. Maybe
So
some
good.
tobacco as well. It is quite dark, but it wears in a very rounded way. There's a roundedness. It's not rough around the edges. It does have a handsomeness to it. It's not all that potent. It's not going to scream, so its softness plays in its favor. I think it smells really wonderful on the skin. Very classy, definitely oudy, a little funky in a way, but not overly so. Easy to wear if you have even half a nose for Oud Kassar. Good stuff. The last one.
Oh, this colored the paper.
It sure did, and you'll see why.
Wow, this is good. It's like sweet and
Quite sweet.
almost a little bit fruity in a way.
Okay.
Like has a darker kind of woody. It's great. I like it.
How do you rate it?
8.5.
Ooh, good rating. Okay. So, this is easily the most expensive fragrance on this list. Clocking in at maybe just under $1,000 for a full bottle. This is called Sara. This is from Fragrance du Bois. Look at that color. This is like real oud, but softened. A lot of amber in here, making it warm and sweet. So it implies vanilla, saffron with a little bit of a leathery spiciness, but definitely oud. Maybe some leather in here too.
Super
Super
yummy.
elegant. It wears in a very kind of airy way, so it doesn't hit you all at once when you smell it in the air. It's just so damn smooth. It's ridiculous. It smells of quality. Do you have to spend this much money to smell of the highest quality oud? No, you don't. But if you're looking for somewhere near top tier that's still wearable and not super skanky, this is something to check out, but sample it. Don't blind buy this, please.
Please. That was great.
So really quickly, if we were to pick
Our top 3.
our top 3, that's gonna be
Chris Collins,
Oh,
Sara.
and Jubilation 25 was tied with Sara for 8.5, and then
You'll show them.
you guys will see it on screen. And then our winner was Oud Galore from Chris Collins. Spectacular scent, a spectacular
So
winner. So, what you guys think of oud fragrances, let us know down in the comments. If you like the video, please subscribe, join the Fresh Squad, and thank you so much for tuning in. Peace. See you in the next one.